Welcome everybody, it's Mike Newton here at Lytham Golf Academy. I've got a brand new product here for you to review, and it's the new Cobra F-Max Iron. Okay, so this iron is really designed for the golfer with a moderate swing speed. Okay, so maybe the golfer who has a slower swing, maybe a bit more for the senior golfer, and it's really, there's a lot of technology in this. Just looking at the website here, there's a lot of technology under the bonnet here that is all helping that moderate swing speed. So I think this is going to be a really popular iron. I'm going to be really interested to see some numbers here of how it sort of performs and basically back up if it's right what Cobra are saying in terms of its performance. So let's have a quick look at the technology. I'm going to run through this pretty quick because there's a lot happening on this iron. So first of all, we're looking at obviously quite a thickish sole here. So the weight's very much positioned down in the bottom of the head. It's very much pulled away from the club face here. So that, again, it's promoting a higher launch. So Cobra's saying this is going to launch higher, ball speed faster, and straighter golf shots. Okay, so that's what they're sort of saying. Now it's got a draw weighting system in there, so generally for the club golf who would hit the left to right shape, it's a little bit more draw biased in the head. The lofts aren't as strong as some of the other brands, so they've actually weakened the lofts. Now when I say weakened, so a 7.9 is 31.5 degrees, which is strong, but I think for the like-for-like models on the market from other brands, you're going to be sort of 30 and sub 30 in the lofts for a 7.9. So 31.5 isn't massively strong. So it's a little bit weaker. So generally speaking, the golfer with a slower swing speed will struggle to launch the ball because they haven't got the speed of the golf ball to get it in the air. So that little bit of loft there will help them to get that ball up in the air. I think that's a really good process there, to be honest, because again, everybody's gone strength in lofts to try and get it distance. And it's definitely something I find for the slower swinger of the golfer through our fittings here at the academy is they struggle to flight it. And obviously if they don't have the speed with a less lofted golf club, they don't have the backspin, the ball can't stay in the air, it just drops out, and then things suffer a little bit on terms of control of when it lands, but also trying to get the carry distance there. So I think that's a really good concept that Cobra got onto there. So the swing weights in these are slightly lighter than maybe a normal iron here, so making it a bit easier to swing, a little bit more speed there. Shafts are lighter, so the steel shaft option here, it's the True Temper Super Light. I've got this in a stiff flex I'm going to hit today, which is about 100 to 110 grams sort of mark in that area, so it's quite light. Again, trying to help a little bit of speed through the hitting area. And then what they've done here, as standard, the grips are mid-size. Okay, so the thicker grips are standard to try and create a little bit more of a comfortable hold on the club. Now, again, this makes sense to me. Many golfers will pick up a thicker grip and go, oh, that's comfy. Okay, and this is what Cobra have done here. They put a thicker grip. And obviously, I'm guessing through custom fit here, you can have a standard thickness on there if you wanted to. But as standard, it will come with a mid-size grip. So they've got a deep undercut on the back of the head here. So if I can try and get this to the right angle, you may just start to see that cut in there. So again, it's pulling club weight away from the face, as I said earlier. So that's pulling CG lower, just makes it a lot easier in terms of launching. Now they have progression head construction is what they're calling it. So basically in the longer irons, it feels a little bit firmer off the club face, faster ball speeds. As you progress into the shorter irons, 8-iron upwards, you get a little bit more of a softer feel for a little bit more control. And then the look of the club, they've got this sort of premium finish on it, this nickel chrome plated finish, which I think gives it a very classy look to it. If you look into a little bit of detail here, it's got like a very sort of, just a beautiful clean look is probably the way to describe it really. The only thing I'd probably say that looks not quite right to my eye, that maybe just lets the club down a little bit, is this little section on the toe here, this like dark tough section, and they have the number. I quite like the number etched into the head there, or it sort of sits proud there. But that little finish there just looks a little, I don't know if you can see that on there close enough, it just looks a little bit, I don't know, just a little bit cheap there, but the rest of it looks really good. I think they made a good job of finishing the head off. It looks very quality on its appearance. Okay, so let's get underway. Let's hit some shots and see how this F-Max Iron performs. Right, so I've set myself up on the sim here, 174 yards away from the green here, which is generally my sort of 7-iron for this sort of lofted golf club here. So we'll see if that sits in with this particular club. Straight away, I mean, I've got quite big hands. The mid-sized grip does feel very comfortable. I'm sitting that down by the golf ball and instantly I'm liking the look of that. For a big head, which generally isn't appealing to me, but obviously will do for most golfers out there, it does look very classic. It gives a bit of appearance of that maybe that low handicappers golf club, which you see more of that polished finish, that more sort of very classic sort of finish on the head. But obviously you've got quite a thick top line, so there's a bit of beef and a bit of backup behind it, as I would sort of call it. Now the offset, there's a minimal offset there. It's not a huge amount, which is good. Okay, let's give this first one a hit. It does look nice behind the ball, I must say. Okay, nice opening shot there. Just a good strike. Definitely seeing a fairly high ball flight here. Okay, now I've got this obviously in their stock super light shaft here, so possibly isn't the perfect shaft for me. But I wanted to maybe just give you guys the a little preview of how the shaft sort of feels, because this is probably the shaft that's really tuned into the head and trying to get the maximum performance out of the golf club. Yeah, definitely seeing a high ball flight there. It just goes and travelling quite a long way. So as I say, these lofts aren't the strongest. I mean, they're pretty strong, but they're not like other brands there. So 31.5 degree for a 7 iron. For this type of iron that's trying to claim to be longer hitting, isn't that strong, okay? But that seems to be going quite a long way. A really nice sort of flight there. Yeah, okay, so that feels really, really nice. Definitely seeing that sort of high ball flight. Looks to be sort of really getting up there very, very easy. So I totally see how this is going to suit a slower swing. And obviously I've got a bit of speed, so you know I've got no issues of flighting the golf ball. But I can definitely see how this could suit into a sort of slower swinger golfer who may just struggle to flight the golf ball. Okay, so let's have a quick look at those shots I've hit there. Let's have a look at some numbers, see how the launch is, the spin, the speed, and maybe distance it's hitting. Right, so look at some numbers here. So clubhead speed 93.6 mile an hour, so definitely a little bit quicker than what I would probably swing a 7 iron, maybe 2-3 mile an hour quicker than a normal sort of 7 iron swing speed for me. So possibly that lightness of the swing weight there. It does feel quite light in the hands. So light swing weight, obviously lightness in the shaft that I created, and maybe a little bit of clubhead speed for me. Ball speed 125.6, efficiency 1.34, which is not too bad there for a mid iron. Looking at launch angle here, 18 degrees, which is about right for that particular loft, spinning at 5,722 on average. So not the highest of spins there, but at the same time, it's not the lowest. So it's sitting in that middle sort of bracket there for me. Carrying at 178 with a 7 iron. So a little bit more yards out of there, possibly from that mid-70s, 172 to 175. I generally carry 7 iron at. Right then, so there we have it with the Cobra F-Max Iron. So I think this is going to suit a lot of golfers. You know, there's a lot of golfers, again, as I mentioned, they see through fittings who just struggle to have that speed, need that little bit of forgiveness, need that help to launch it, but at the same time, it's going to get some, hopefully, some distance for them, you know, with the swing weight and the shaft weight. I think I quite like that story behind what Cobra is sort of doing here, with that not going too strong lofts to get the distance, but to get the ball flight up in the air. I think for those slower swingers, as soon as you launch that golf ball, we find the yards there through the carry distance. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate you watching my videos. If that's something you would maybe suit you, or you want to go out and try, let me know. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts if you do go and try it and how you get on with it. I'd be quite interested to hear your comments here regarding this this sort of F-Max Iron. Okay, thanks for watching. Do hit that subscribe button, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.